What's up, guys? It's Manifest hanging out here under the red cabanas, just chilling out. I wanted to tell you a story before I got signed with Tooth and Nail Records a long time ago. And for those that you don't know the story, I talk about it in the Fighter book. And basically one day, after I had met Trevor at their CD release party when we opened up for them, he gave me a call one day at work and talked about making music, and ended up setting up a showcase for me and Hawk Nelson to perform for the president of Tooth and Nail Records. And I got super stoked, and I'll never forget that day because a lot of cool things happened, but also a lot of weird, crazy things happened. And basically, the show went awesome. I remember before I was walking around and I met the president, Brandon, and we just hit it off. It was like really cool. I was like, oh man, this dude just like loves music, is really passionate. And I remember I had my laptop out there playing one of our music videos for Session, and he's just like, oh, that's really dope, man. He got the skateboarding and the music together and stuff, and he thought that was really cool. And I was super young, and I was just like, yo, I just want to sign a deal and all this stuff, and really excited. And after the show, one of my producer friends who I had worked with at the time was like really urging me to have like a meeting right there, like on the spot, like with the label and stuff. And I did something that I recommend no artist ever do again, and that is to bring your hip hop crew into a business meeting. I brought like 4 extra dudes into a meeting that had nothing to do with anybody else. It should have just been me, Trev, and the record label, but I ended up bringing like everyone in there, and one of my friends ended up shooting his mouth off and asking questions and getting all like rude, and like not necessarily rude, but just like wrong vibes, and ended up ticking off the president. And we left that meeting basically with a sour taste. Like, I went to that meeting thinking like, this is it, I'm gonna get signed, it's all awesome. And it turns out I really ticked him off, I ticked Trevor off, and it was just really embarrassing for them. And I didn't even realize what had happened until weeks later when Trev gave me the call, and he was just like, dude, like, you kind of, felt like he kind of went behind my back a little bit and kind of like embarrassed me, and was just like, dude, I can't work with you anymore, and I can't help you out. And I remember I was broken hearted, I cried my eyes out, and Trevor was like, sorry dude, I gotta follow my heart, and I just feel like, if you got those dudes involved, I can't help you, And I remember driving home that day and just crying and crying and crying and punching my steering wheel and just wanting to quit and say, forget it, I'm not even going to finish this record. And at the time I was working on the record, my own thing, and I was just like, this is not working, God, fine, I won't do it. I'm not going to do this anymore. That's it. Like, I'll just do IT, because I was thinking to myself, I'm making money, I'm really successful in computers. Why do I need music then? I'm not going to do it then. Just forget this. I was just so angry. I was like, I don't need it. I don't want this. And I remember I had parked around the corner from my girlfriend's house, and just in tears, and just like, God, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do now? And I felt like God saying, Chris, I've called you to do this. And I remember him saying very clearly, like, if you don't do this, then who else will? And I felt like it was like God had me on assignment to do this. And you know what? Relationships were restored, obviously, because, me and Trevor were making music and everything, and it all ended up really working out. And we were never on rough grounds or anything like that, but it's really important to always have trust, and to never break that, especially when someone's like doing you a favor and you just want to have the respect vibes. And I just think God is just so faithful in how he restores things. And maybe you're in a situation where you're like, things are just not working out, and it's just like sucks, and you're just like, forget it, man, that's it, I'm quitting, I've had enough of this, I can't take this anymore. Push through it. Push through it. Just push a little harder and don't quit. If God has called you to do something, he's on your side, and if he's for you, who could be against you? And I'm just so thankful for the people that God has put in my life to help me along this journey, and I couldn't do it alone. And I hope that kind of gives you an idea of why I called the book Fighter, because sometimes I just felt like I was fighting, because it was just so hard. I was fighting with my own issues. And it's funny, since that original showcase, I don't think I ended up signing a contract until years later. Like, nothing happens overnight. And sometimes you just got to persevere. That's why in the Fighter book I really talked about perseverance and not quitting, because we want things to happen right away. And and sometimes they can, but sometimes your integrity, your character needs to be built up, and that was me. This guy right here looking in the mirror, like, this guy's character was not ready. I didn't have, maybe I had integrity and I had certain other things, but I wasn't ready to handle what I'm handling now and the pressure, and I would have fallen. So sometimes, God, like God says, He won't give you more than you can handle. And so maybe you just got some more growing to do. Maybe you just got some more growing and some more development to do so that you can handle, so the success does not destroy you, because that's what you don't want. And I've seen so many other people have that happen to them, and that's why success can be dangerous. It can be people's downfall. So anyways, I hope that inspires you. Definitely check out the Fighter book, and again, you can listen to that thing for free on Spotify or YouTube. But if you want the physical, definitely just because it's got all the cool pictures and stuff, just go to manifest.net or imafighter.net, and you can get the links for that, or it's on iTunes if you just want to buy the audiobook for your iPod. But anyways, I love you guys. I believe in you. Keep fighting. And remember, a fighter isn't someone who never fails. A fighter is someone who never quits. So don't quit. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you found it valuable. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below so that you can get updates on all the new videos I'm releasing on marketing your music, writing better songs, and how to make a real living with your music. If you're an artist and you're struggling and you feel overwhelmed, or you just don't know what to do next, to write better songs, to market them, and really build a full-time career in this crazy music industry, I want you to check out my coaching program called Fanbase University. Every single month I jump on with my artists and I coach them twice a month for a whole hour and answer all their questions and give them exclusive training on how to really build a music career in this crazy industry. Don't do this alone. I've spent thousands of dollars on my career in mistakes and success, and I want to help you out next. So sign up for Fanbase University and get the coaching you need, and make this your year that you get serious about your music. Cheers.